Did you know that the average Chinese household saves 36 to over 40% of their income? That means for every $100 earned, at least $36 is saved. Compare that to Canada's savings rate of 6.9% or the US at just 3.5%, and you can see that the difference is staggering. As someone who's often mistaken for Vietnamese, Japanese, or even Korean, I'm actually ethnically Chinese. My grandparents settled in Malaysia and I grew up in Canada, where saving money was a core value in our household. But what happens when you take someone and you mix one of the highest saving cultures with one of the lowest in Canada? My family is a living example of this cultural clash, and I've got some unique insights to share. In this video, I'll explore why the Chinese are so good at saving money, how you can adopt some of these habits, and how there's maybe also a darker side of saving too much. The first way to save money like the Chinese is to turn getting deals into a hobby. If you've ever been around a first generation Asian parent who lives in Canada or the US, you know they love two things: getting a good deal and Costco. Seriously, Costco is like Disneyland for them. It's not just about buying in bulk, it's about the thrill of saving money on every single item. I swear my parents have turned saving money and getting deals into a competitive sport with their siblings and friends. Who got the best deal on rice this week? Whose coupon game is the strongest? It's like their own version of the Olympics. And let's not forget the Asian parent glare. Every Asian kid knows the pain of lying about how much something really costs. Splurge a little and you're immediately calculating a lower price to tell your parents, just to avoid that disapproving look. It's like you've committed a crime by spending more than $20.
Don't worry, it's not expensive.
The thing is, for my parents, saving money wasn't just about being cheap. It's rooted in their experiences. Many of them came from places where money was tight, and even a small amount saved could make a big difference. So finding a good deal isn't just a habit, it's something like a survival skill that they've honed over years. They've turned it into somewhat of an art form, and something that they take immense pride in. It's like they're saying, look at how much I've saved. Look how smart I've been with my money. And as a second generation kid growing up in Canada, it's funny how this all plays out growing up, where sometimes you just want to spend money without feeling guilty. The culture clash was real growing up. I was just trying to navigate a world of brands, trends, and self-care while my parents were still laser focused on value per unit. It's definitely a balancing act, respecting where they came from while also trying to find my own way to enjoy what I've earned. The second secret is the focus on high-earning careers. In Chinese culture, especially among immigrant families, money and prestige are more than just symbols of wealth. They represent security, respect, and the chance to transform a family's future in a single generation. Many Chinese immigrants start from scratch, working relentlessly to secure a better life for their children, making financial success essential, not optional. Ronnie Chieng nails this in his comedy special, where he jokes about Asian parents pushing their kids to become doctors, not to help others, but to gain respect and financial stability.
When Asian parents want their kids to be doctors, helping people is like on the bottom of the list of reasons. It's about the money and the prestige.
For many Chinese families, becoming a doctor is the fastest way to elevate the family from struggling immigrants to respected professionals, and to save a lot of money.
Because if you're a first generation immigrant, your children becoming doctors is the quickest way. You can turn it around in one generation. Instant credibility, instant respectability, instant money. Boom. Start from the bottom, now we're here, we doctors.
However, this intense focus can also pressure children into careers they're not passionate about, leading to stress and unfulfilled lives. While this drive can lead to significant achievements, it also highlights the challenge of balancing personal happiness with the pursuit of status and making a lot of money and saving money. These cultural differences reveal contrasting views on money and success. In the US and Canada, the focus is more on enjoying life now, while in China, it's about saving for the future and maintaining financial independence. Both have their merits, but reflect very different philosophies on what it means to live well. The third secret is to develop a scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset is common among many Chinese people, especially immigrants like my parents, and is rooted in an experience of growing up with limited resources. It's the belief that there's never enough, whether it's money, opportunities, or security. This mindset often stems from witnessing financial struggles where every dollar counts and there's a constant worry about making ends meet. It's hard to imagine today, with China being an economic powerhouse, but in the very recent past, it has been a very poor country. And growing up in such an environment makes you hyper aware of spending, always hunting for deals, and planning for the worst. This mindset can affect all aspects of life, leading to cautious financial habits and a deep appreciation for what you have. It's why many immigrant families work tirelessly, prioritize education, and really aim to build a better life for their children. However, this mindset also has its downsides. Even when financially secure, the fear of not having enough can make you reluctant to take risks or to sit back and finally enjoy what you've earned. And you're always stressed out and saving for a rainy day that might never come. I've seen that happen to a lot of Asian immigrants. The key is to find balance, being cautious and grateful while also allowing room for growth and optimism. It's important to recognize when you've achieved financial stability and shift your focus towards enjoying life, honoring your roots without letting them hold you back. Next secret is to develop a strong distaste for debt, but make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the tips so far. Alright, having a distaste for debt. Money is viewed very differently in North America compared to China. In North America, spending is more ingrained in the culture, especially after World War II, where it was seen as a way to boost the economy. Debt is often seen as a necessary part of achieving a certain standard of living, used to finance everything from houses to everyday purchases. In China, the focus is on saving, with a strong aversion to debt. Borrowing money is often seen as risky or irresponsible. From a young age, people are taught to spend only what they've earned and saved. This approach stems from a history of economic uncertainty, emphasizing financial stability and self-reliance. Being debt-free is also seen as a source of pride, reflecting control over finances and a stable future. This contrasts sharply with North America, where debt is often seen as a tool for building wealth, highlighting different cultural values around money and security. Where I saw this the most growing up in North America was how casual many of my friends were with having a credit card balance and just paying the minimum payments. I was always taught to pay off the full amount every month so I don't have to pay any interest. And that just doesn't seem to be the case for a lot of people in North America. And I found this to be a very interesting way in where the two cultures kind of differ. Zero-based budgeting system. In the Chinese culture, the concept of a zero-based budgeting system aligns well with traditional values of careful financial management. This method involves planning out every cent of your income so that by the end of the month, every amount is accounted for, leaving your balance at zero. Essentially, you assign a purpose to every part of your income, whether it's for bills, savings, or daily expenses. The idea behind this approach is to be intentional with your money and making sure that nothing is left unplanned or wasted. It's about maximizing the use of every penny and avoiding unnecessary expenses. This method of budgeting encourages discipline and careful planning, both of which are highly valued in Chinese culture. While this system can feel a bit rigid, especially when something unexpected comes up, it's an effective way to stay on top of your finances. It requires a bit of flexibility and adjustment, but it's a reliable way to see that your money is working for you in the best possible way. The sixth reason is hating waste. If there's one thing that Chinese people can't stand, it's wasting anything. Whether it's food, money, or even a plastic bag, nothing goes to waste. Every Asian household that I've ever been to has their own separate compartment for plastic bags that their parents have hoarded. Growing up, I always heard you're not leaving the table until you finish your plate, and if there were any leftovers, they were always used for the next day's lunch, with no exceptions. It's not just about being frugal or cheap, it's about respect. My parents would remind me how hard they worked for everything we had, and how lucky we were to have what we had. Throwing stuff away, forget it. That old shirt with the tear, perfect for wearing around the house. Takeout containers, they were washed and reused for meal prep. Even the tiniest food scraps got saved and repurposed. This mindset has its ups and downs. On the plus side, it teaches you to appreciate what you have and be resourceful. and it's good for the environment as well. But it can also be tiring. Sometimes you just want to toss out that remaining food that you don't want to eat or buy that new shirt to replace the old one without any guilt. So that's something that might be a bit tough to reconcile. Seventh is eating at home. Eating at home is central to Chinese culture, and it also saves money and brings the family together. Cooking your own meals ensures that the food is fresh, healthy, and prepared just the way you like it. And it often costs much, much less than eating out. In Chinese households, meal planning and home cooking were second nature, allowing you to enjoy traditional dishes that might be expensive or hard to find at restaurants. Leftovers are important too, often becoming the next day's lunch. I'm not saying that Chinese households don't like to eat out, which they definitely do, but it's usually reserved for special occasions, while eating at home more often connects you to your culture and family, offering both savings and the comfort of home-cooked meals. I would always look forward to our big family gatherings on either special occasions or even Sunday dinners, where there'd often be a dozen or more people gathered for dinner. All right, I want to touch on the dark side of saving too much money. Saving can become a burden when driven by fear and insecurity. In China, many people save excessively due to the fear of unexpected expenses, job loss, or the pressure to keep up with others. This survival instinct on overdrive often leads to sacrificing present enjoyment for future security. There's also huge cultural pressure, especially from family, to save for major expenses like weddings, homes, or caring for aging parents. These expectations can create constant stress, as saving isn't just about yourself, but for the entire family's future. Excessive saving can even harm the economy. When people save too much money and spend less, it reduces the amount of money in circulation, slowing down business activity and potentially leading to deflation, which can worsen economic problems. Another huge reason why saving has a hidden dark side is a lack of trust in social safety nets like pensions or healthcare, which drives many to save out of necessity or fear, leading to ongoing anxiety about the future. While saving is important, when it's driven by fear or pressure, it can cause significant stress and economic issues. Finding balance is crucial. I want to give a shout out to Humphrey Yang. His popular video on this topic was a big inspiration for me to create my own version. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend checking it out. If this video got you thinking about your own saving habits, why not take it a step further? At Blueprint Financial, we specialize in helping people like you find that perfect balance between saving for the future and enjoying life now. Check out the link in the description to learn more, and don't forget to visit our website where you can find this video in written form. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and be sure to watch our next video on finance tips.